In the code book itself, under the 10 stops, it says, stop squabbling among yourselves and calling in the white supremacists to settle the squabbles. Now, that doesn't mean that a lot of times people get into that thing about snitching. Snitching is giving incorrect information that will do harm to people incorrectly. That's what snitching is, according to the code. Giving correct information, truthful information, to correct a situation that needs correcting is not snitching. I mean, anytime black people are robbing people, going around here, walking up on a bus stop and robbing somebody's grandmother of her little check or something like that, and you say, and you point out the person that did it, that's not snitching. That's not snitching. That person should be pointed out, because the person shouldn't do it. See, because a part of the 10 stops is stop stealing and stop robbing.
Mm-hmm.
Now, you don't even steal or rob from the people who have stolen and robbed from you, according to the code. No, that's not settling the situation. We got to get it out of the habit that the white supremacists has taught us, that if you want to get something, you got to rob and steal like they have. Okay? They are then the supreme thieves and robbers. They rob whole continents of people. I mean, millions of people by the day. They steal from people, millions of people by the minute. Okay? We want to get out of that. So when you point out any black person who's doing it, that black person usually knows what he or she is doing. They know when they're robbing somebody, when they're stealing from somebody. So stand by your work. That's another part of the code. If you're a robber and a murderer and a thief, when you steal from someone and you're caught, you don't try to blame it on somebody else. You stand by your work. You say, yeah, this is what I do. I don't want nobody to take credit for what I did. So that's the way you should look at it, taking credit. If you kill somebody, you're not supposed to run and hide. You're supposed to say, yes, I did it. And furthermore, hey, now that I think about it, I want to do it again. You know? That's why I did it the first time. I know what I'm doing. I'm not apologizing for nothing. I killed that person. Why did I kill that person? Because the person should be dead. That's why I killed them. That's why they are dead. I killed them, and they are dead. So when you tell on that person, I mean, the person should really tell on themselves. Stand by your work, whatever that work is. If
Yes,
you're
sir.
a carpenter, stand by your carpentry work. If you're a robber, stand by your robbery work. Don't run and hide behind the bushes or under your grandmother's porch and try to make it look like some guy down the street did it. All right, because they're going to get somebody.
Yes, they
And
are.
they might not get you. They should get you. Why? Because you did it.
You did
That's
it.
the law of compensation.
Yes.
Now, however, how can black people minimize having to do that? By not doing these things. And definitely don't get in arguments. Recently I've been saying, because I've found myself slipping, even in talking about the code, I have been arguing about things in the code. That is an absolute no-no.
No, yes.
That is never supposed to happen. You don't argue about the best way to go about ending racism. You don't argue about anything. Black people should never argue with each other about anything. We give an opinion. We exchange views. But we should never raise our voices or start name-calling or any of that, ever. That should be a thing of the absolute past, starting with this minute. In answer to the question, direct answer to the question, stop arguing about anything. And if you can't settle the dispute or disagreement, just say this. This is in the code. I will talk to you some other time. so
Yes.
that we both can have some air to think about what we're doing.
Yes.
Okay?
That's the second.
Whatever it is that you have against what I'm doing, go and think about it. Whatever it is that you say that I'm doing that I shouldn't be doing, I'm going and think about it. But we are not going to talk about it anymore right now because it looks like our talk is leading to an argument.
Mm-hmm.
And black people, starting with 2018, do not have arguments ever with anybody about anything. That's a part of our code.
Yeah.
We don't argue.
Right.
Why? Because we know that arguments are going to lead to something that neither one of us is going to want to happen.